Hey, I want to share some perspective with you. Um, it was maybe a few months ago, I was talking to a hitting coach, and he was sharing with me that one of his players had this issue of stepping in the bucket, right? Stepping in the bucket where he's a right-handed hitter and he was stepping towards third base, the third base dugout. Very, very common issue. Now, what was interesting is that this was this was not due to, and when I was talking to the hitting coach, he was able to verify that this was not due to the fact that the player got hit with a ball and so he was dealing with some fear. This was something that we discovered was potentially having to do with something completely different. Now, before I get into that, what I want to share with you is that oftentimes your child's mechanics, whether it's their pitching mechanics, it's their hitting mechanics, right? There's that frustration that they deal with and that you deal with because you're like, man, I see it. Their technique is great in practice, or it's been going well, or their technique is really solid, and then in the games, or all of a sudden it's not going well. All of a sudden, what they were doing well and how they were swinging or how they were pitching, it's now they've lost it. What's happened? Sometimes that is not due to their desire. It's not due to obviously their commitment. Sometimes it's actually due to something that's very subtle, and it's something that they may not really realize. What we discovered through a series of questions that I asked this particular hitting coach was that his hitter, it was the first year that they were seeing breaking balls, and on the team he had swung and missed, and it was a really bad at bat, and the atmosphere on the team is that they kind of razz each other and stuff like that. And I asked the hitting coach, I said, was there ever a time, or was there a time that that he's felt embarrassed? Because sometimes, and what we discovered was this particular mechanic that they were doing, or this tendency of stepping in the bucket, was really tied to that feeling of embarrassment and that mode of self-protecting. Your child might be somebody that when they are trying to self-protect from some kind of response, whether it's, you know what, last time I struck out, it was on a pitch on the outside part of the plate, and so they kind of lean in like this and they break their mechanics, or they break their spine angle. It could be a whole host of things, and they're trying to self-protect, not from striking out, but from the result or from the perceived emotional response that strikeout might bring. Or it could be that, hey, I'm trying to self-protect from, I'm going to lose the respect of my teammates, or I don't want to be embarrassed again. And so all these mechanical changes that they make, it's not because they don't know per se what to do. It's just that they're trying to self-protect from all those other emotional stressors that they don't want to experience. The reason why I bring this up is, when you are talking to your child and you're trying to help them to make adjustments, I think just knowing that is part of the experience that they go through, it can just help you empathize a little bit. It can help you, when you're having these conversations, just knowing that those types of things and the emotional stressors and the things that they're trying to self-protect from, when you know that could be in play, I think it'll just help you. It'll help guide your conversation. It'll help guide your own perspective as you're helping them along, and as you're really helping them to process what it is that they are feeling. Obviously, this isn't per se the case in terms of the main reason why your child might be struggling, but it can be a factor, and definitely something to watch out for, to look out for. And even as you're talking to your child and asking some questions, or even trying to figure out, say, hey, is there something that my child might be self-protecting from, and could that be what is influencing his technique or her technique? So hopefully that helps. I talk about these types of things in my course, my mini course called Unlocking Confidence, a parent's guide to helping your child overcome the fear of failure. So if this was helpful for you, definitely click the link below. I believe you'll get a lot of insight from that course. And again, Steve Young, your baseball mentor with Athletes Approach, Youth Baseball Mindset Mastery Group. I'll see you soon.